Welcome to Section 2, Building Your Communication Strategy and Communication Plan. Click Begin to get started. As with every component of a project, communication should be strategically planned and carefully maintained if you want to achieve your project goals. Communication strategies are the blueprint for how projects and programs exchange information with all of the project stakeholders. Communication is of critical importance not only in fostering cooperation and buy-in, but also with regards to promoting the overall project. In this section, you will learn how to develop an effective communication strategy and communication plan, and how feedback loops can be used to highlight gaps and resolve communication issues. Click Next to get started. Each year, we spend approximately $9 trillion globally, or more than 8% of global GDP, on mega projects such as railways, airports, bridges, wastewater projects, and nuclear power plants. More than 99% of those projects fail to deliver on budget, on time, and with their promised benefits. Ineffective communication accounts for 33% of all mega project failures. Establishing a resilient and proactive communication strategy and plan for your built environment project will help you avoid becoming part of this statistic. To recap the benefits and principles of effective communication, click Next. Let's take a quick look at how communication affects productivity. Autodesk partnered with Dodge Data and Analytics to study key performance indicators, or KPIs, in the built environment. They surveyed over 200 contractors in order to analyze current processes for planning and executing projects. One of the survey sections focused on top factors contributing to decreased labor productivity. Not surprisingly, communication and coordination were major factors. Click on each icon to review the benefits that a communication strategy and communication plan will bring to your projects. This wheel represents the 7 principles of an effective communication strategy and communication plan. It is recommended that a communication strategy is developed on day 1 of the project, when the RFP is being put together. It should include both internal and external stakeholders across all levels of the organization. In most cases, communication strategies for construction projects are bespoke, so they need to be tailored to the needs of the project. Therefore, the construction communication strategy and plan should not be viewed or implemented in isolation. It should take into consideration the short and long-term objectives and implications of the project. Click here to download the PDF for more details on each of the principles. An effective communication strategy design needs to consider the following key questions. What will the communication present? Who is the target of the communication? And how will the message be communicated? Remember, the communication strategy and plan should address internal and external stakeholders, and all communication should be tailored appropriately for its audience. Before we continue, let's recap some fundamentals about the role a communication strategy and plan play in enabling effective project communication. Click on each icon to learn more. A communication strategy works as a blueprint for how projects and programs exchange information across all stakeholders, and it must be aligned to the project objectives. The owner of the communication strategy is responsible for documenting the interventions and key messages needed for each key stakeholder throughout the project lifecycle. The communication plan is a map that details the information the project needs to execute the strategy. That includes messages, audiences, communication media, activities, timeline, and the stakeholders who are responsible for delivering, executing, and approving the communication during the project implementation. There are many examples of specific communication strategy and planning objectives that could be considered relevant for a built environment project. Click here to download a PDF containing more about these objectives. Without a robust communication strategy and plan in place on a project, accidents or even fatalities may occur. In this case study, we will look at how an accident that occurred in a $137 million project based in the United Arab Emirates caused 2 fatalities and left many others injured. The project manager, HSE, consultant and municipality, reports that the main cause of this accident was lack of sufficient communication planning. Click here to download the PDF. When developing your communication strategy and plan, adopt the following 8-step approach. Click on each step to learn more. There are several techniques to consider when developing a communication plan for your project. Click on each technique to learn more. One of the main problems experienced with large built environment projects is inefficient or ineffective communication, both internal and external. This was the case with Germany's Brandenburg Airport project. The project struggled from start to finish, resulting in over a 300% cost overrun and delays of up to 9 years. Poor communication was at the heart of the project issues. To learn more details about this case, click here to download a PDF. Of course, some of the problems that were experienced with the Brandenburg Airport project may have been avoidable if an effective communication plan had been implemented from the beginning. To see an example of a comprehensive communication plan for a built environment project, click and download this draft from the Texas Department of Transportation. Feedback can and does have a significant impact on managing team performance. This is particularly important for project managers that are managing large, complex projects, such as built environment projects, where the opportunity for miscommunication has a significant impact on the project performance. All feedback is gathered and used to implement changes and improvements, thus creating a loop. Click Next to learn the 4 main types of feedback loop users. There are 4 main types of feedback loops in built environment projects. Click on each type to learn more. Communication within the built environment industry can be enhanced through adopting design construction feedback loops. Bordas and Lehman, 2005, discuss how feedback, follow through from design and construction into occupancy, and post-occupancy evaluation could become a natural part of project delivery, which could improve the quality and sustainability of construction. To read more about the study, click here to download the PDF. There are many benefits of adopting feedback loops in built environment projects. These benefits can be classified as quantitative benefits and qualitative benefits. To ensure benefits can be consistently measured and refined based on stakeholder feedback, best practice recommends using a feedback mechanism that measures both qualitative and quantitative benefits. Click on each icon to learn more. Quantitative benefits are easier to measure and can contribute to the reduction of engineering cost, schedule duration, and construction cost, such as labor, material, and equipment. Qualitative benefits are more subjective and therefore less easy to quantify. However, they are just as important as quantitative benefits. Applying a balanced approach to defining and measuring quantitative and qualitative benefits will ensure there is a consistent way for a project to ensure successful outcomes. The combination of defining measurable benefits and the use of feedback loops will ensure effective communication and increase problem avoidance. A list of typical qualitative benefits associated with engineering and construction projects is shown here. In 1996, Kugger and Dennisi researched the effects of feedback on performance. They discovered that over one-third of feedback had a negative impact on an individual performance. The researchers concluded that general feedback, even when an individual delivers well, doesn't create a positive sentiment. And when addressing a performance gap, it can have a negative impact on performance and damage a relationship. Focusing on what motivated the actions that led to the outcome, while better than general feedback, still doesn't work well. What has been proven to improve performance is to focus on the task specifics and learnings that can be applied. The most effective way to provide feedback is to address what worked and what didn't. Such feedback builds trust and helps deepen the relationship. Let's take a moment to see what you've learned. Here is a suggestion of further reading on this topic. Once you have reviewed this information, click Next to move on. You have now completed building your communication strategy and communication plan. In the next section, Stakeholder Management for Communication, you will learn how to identify and assess the key stakeholders of your project. See you there.